Labor Day. Glad to see everyone. I'm inviting you into my home today for a quick tutorial on how to make a pound cake. You won't get all the recipe, but I'm going to show you a simple version that you can learn it on your own. Right here on my plate, I have a pound of butter. Do you know how many sticks equal to a pound? 4 exactly. So my butter has been sitting room temperature. I'd rather have my butter at room temperature than to take my butter straight from the refrigerator and have it cold. See, when you're making a pound cake, it has to be baked with love. And everything has to have the appropriate attention. Alright, so once you get your butter, which is 4 sticks, is equal to a pound, then you want to go ahead and start using your handheld mixer or whatever mixer you have at home. I like the handheld mixer, and the reason why I do is because I want to feel what I am making. I know everyone loves the new models, but I got to feel what I'm doing. That's why I have this mixer. So you want to mix this butter until it becomes a fluff. This has more of a yellow consistency to it. Now, I know I said that pound cakes are made with love. Yeah, they're made with a lot of love. You know, in this world that we're living in today, you gotta have love for your brothers and sisters. You gotta have pure love. Okay, I got my butter all smoothed and it's fluffed. And what I mean by fluffed is it should look like this. You want it fluffed, okay? And now I'm going to add my sugar to it. You can use whatever type of sugar you like. However, I like certain brands of sugar. I'm very picky about what sugar I buy. So you want to add 3 cups of sugar to your butter. And you're going to mix all of this sugar. And like I said, this recipe is very easy. I've even had my 10-year-old daughter. She's helped me make this. But I'll just stood aside and let her make it on her own. Just giving her the recipe. And as I said before, the recipe can be very simple or it can be to your liking. You can do whatever you want to your recipe. Switch it up how you like it. Now I got my butter and sugar. Now it's looking nice and fluffed too. Very creamy. That's what you're looking for, is a good consistency, a good balance. You want to incorporate your sugar really well into your butter. It should almost look like frosting. You know what frosting looks like. Your sugar and butter should resemble frosting. So I'll show you kind of what it should look like. It should look a little bit like frosting, okay? So now don't worry about what's on top of here for the beginners, okay? That's gonna all scoop back in when we get everything mixed, okay? You're not gonna waste any of your ingredients. So now I'm gonna incorporate my eggs. Again, I love my things to be at room temperature. You can do however you want to do, but I like for mine to be at room temperature. And so you want to add 1 egg at a time. And for me, I don't like having to crack the egg and break them and put them into the cake mix. I like to already have mine prepared in a bowl. So it's just easier for me just to go ahead and scoop out and put 1 yolk in at a time. And you're going to blend this up until you don't see any more of the yolk. And just lightly. You don't have to stroke it too hard. You want to stroke it very light. And that's how it is with our love for one another. We shouldn't be too hard on one another. We should have love that's patient and kind and long-suffering and enduring. We should have that type of love, and also love that will encourage one another. So however many egg yolks, depends on how much flour you use. Right now I'm using 4 eggs. I'm sorry, I'm using 6 eggs. I forgot. They've been sitting out for a while. So I'm using 6 eggs, and the amount of flour that you're going to use, that's how many eggs you want to use. And we'll get to the flour here in a little bit. It's just something about baking a pound cake. It brings back so many warm memories. You know, I tasted a pound cake from my husband's great auntie, and I fell in love, y'all, with her pound cake. And she decided to show me how to make it. This is not her recipe, but this is a recipe that I use sometimes just to be quick. And as I have said, you want to make sure that you see no more egg before you blend the next one. It's very important that you incorporate it into it really well, okay? You want the egg and the egg yolk to go in. And here I'm just scooping double because I kind of fell a little behind. On any day of the week. It can be made on any day of the week that you decide to make it on. Okay, so now I'm going to finish up with my last egg to blend it in. Okay, you don't want to overbeat it. And what I mean by overbeat it is to overbeat your egg to where it may get stiff. So if you can see, it's mixed up into a nice consistency. So now I'm going to incorporate my flour. Now here's the thing about when you're incorporating your flour into a more of a smooth ingredients. So when you're incorporating your flour into something that's already smooth, you got to have some type of liquid to go with that. So while I'm incorporating my flour, and you can use whatever brand flour you decide. You can use cake flour, all-purpose flour. Me, myself, and I like cake flour and I like all-purpose flour. And so I have a sifter here, which I really like. And so with that sifter, it allows me to be able to sift my flour just right. You don't want no lumps into your cake batter. And so the amount of liquid, which the liquid that I'm using, you can use whatever type of milk you have, whatever you like, go for it. You know, a recipe is about learning how to make it your own. You got to make things your own. I know that people like what they see on Facebook, Tasty, YouTube, but make it your own. It doesn't take long to make this pound cake. It's really simple. It'd be all right. All right, so now I have my flavoring, and you can use whatever flavor you like. It is your recipe, remember? Don't mean you duplicate. Don't copy nobody else's recipe. Find your own. You can use something simple as butter flavor, imitation butter flavor, or you can use vanilla. Whatever you like. Here I have a combination, and again, I won't share that secret. But it smells delicious. that you grease the inside of your pan, and you want to lightly flour your pan like this, okay? And I just want to take my spoon, and I want to go back around in here again just to make sure I'm getting all those sides. Yeah, this looks really good and fluffy. Yeah, just right. And then you want to also make sure that, you know, you can smell it to see if you can smell your flavoring in there. And that's how I can tell if I need to add a little bit more flavor or, you know, a little bit more flavor. All right, so I just set my oven to 300 degrees. And now I'm going to take this batter, I'm going to put it inside of my Bundt pan. And also I want to tell you guys and gals, you know, when you're cooking in the kitchen, make sure you have clean fingernails. You know, you don't want to have dirt up under your nails. That's just disgusting to me. You know, a lot of these people, they wear the press-on nails, fake nails. Make sure you're washing up on them. Because when you're handling with food, you definitely don't want to get anything in it. Whip it on around. Look at that. Whip it on around. I know everybody know what the whip is. When you have a Cadillac, you whip the wheel. This is how you whip it. Whip it on around. Just like that. And you know, there are some cooks, and the reason why I try not to get close to my food either, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just authentic. You won't find anything fake in me. But some people lose spit. You know, when they talking and it just come out. I don't want that all in my food. Nope. You away. And you know, some people too, you go to their house and you may have a little roach running around or something. I don't want him either in my food. So, just gotta keep it real. All right, this is looking very nice and whipped. I'm just gonna whip this around. And because I have issues, you all, I'm gonna get a paper towel and I'm going to clean a little bit around this. And I like to make sure that all sides are even, okay? You want all your sides to be pretty even. So just like that. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just making sure that everything is even. You know, that's just like love. You don't want love to be uneven. You know, if you love your brothers and sisters, but then you hate the homeless, or you hate the fatherless or the motherless, you uneven. You got some odd issues in you. So our love should be even. It should be balanced out between everyone. The Bible tells us that we should love our brothers and sisters. All right, I believe it's all balanced out, so I'm gonna discard this. All right, y'all. So I got it all cleaned up, the sides and everything. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. My oven is almost heated up to 300. And again, you want to bake this for an hour and 10 or hour and 15 minutes. Use a toothpick as a guide to make sure that it comes out clean and make sure that your cake is well done. And what I like to do as well is just let my cake set in the oven just to cool down in the oven after it bakes. And so I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put this in the oven, then I'll come back to you. Hey y'all, I'm back. Remember I told you that I love a thick pound cake? And I do love crust on my pound cake. So here's the finished product of my pound cake. And so it's still kind of warm. It's been setting and trying to cool down. And so I'm going to flip it out. And there's that baby. Look how beautiful it is. Thick pound cake. All right, here's a close-up of the cake. Look how beautiful it looks and how it's all rised up. And you all, this is not self-rising flour. This is just plain flour that I like to use for my cake. Again, use whatever you like. Okay, as I have said, I love a thick pound cake and I love the crunchiness to the crust of the pound cake. It just brings it all in. Y'all, a pound cake makes a home. It is love. The time that it takes just to prep it and then to put it in the oven and to bake it, and you can smell that aroma throughout your home. Y'all, it is so inviting. I'm sure it hits the neighbors' doors because it is a smell that you would never forget. It's a smell that will stay with you. So now I'm going to cut me a slice of this. Ooh, look at how moist it is inside. Remember I said I like a thick cake, so it depends on how many cups of flour you like to use. And even though I used enough flour, I'm still getting the moist and I'm also getting my thickness to my pound cake. So here is my slice. Look at that. How beautiful it came out. Right here. You all, I can't let this crust just sit here. If my children were up, they would be eating the same thing. Y'all hear that? Just that crunch. Okay. Reminds me so much of home. You know when your grandmother is baking in the kitchen? And you know she always has something, either a cake or some cookies or a pie. That's that feeling I get when I take a bite of this. All that love. You all, I wish that you could have a bite of this. Ooh, it is so good. Oh my goodness. I don't want y'all to see me eat the whole slice, okay? Thanks for watching. Remember, hit the bell ringer. Subscribe to our channel. You will be blessed.